You wake up in the morning, take your first few steps, and something feels off. Your legs feel heavier than usual, a little more sluggish, maybe even swollen. By the end of the day, you notice that tightness again, like a pressure building up, making it harder to move freely. Maybe it's just fatigue, maybe it's just aging, or maybe it's something far more unexpected. What if I told you that a simple habit, something as innocent as the fruit you eat daily, could be silently weakening your circulation, increasing inflammation, and making your legs feel more tired than they should? It sounds impossible, right? After all, fruit is supposed to be one of the healthiest things you can eat. But here's the shocking truth. Not all fruits work in your favor. Some can actually be making things worse, triggering reactions in your body that set off a chain of problems you never even considered. And here's where it gets even more concerning. If you experience leg cramps, swelling, or that frustrating feeling of heaviness when you stand or walk for too long, your diet might be playing a bigger role than you think. And the worst part? Most people never realize it. They keep eating the same things, thinking they're making the right choices, without knowing that they're feeding the very problem they're trying to avoid. But today, that changes. Because in this video, I'm going to reveal the hidden truth about certain fruits that could be slowly harming your leg health, making you feel more fatigued and weakening your circulation over time. And before you assume this doesn't apply to you, just wait, because one of the worst offenders is likely sitting in your kitchen right now. So don't go anywhere, because by the time you finish watching, you'll understand exactly what's been happening inside your body and, more importantly, how to fix it. And trust me, what you're about to learn will completely change the way you see these so-called healthy foods forever. Let's get started. The silent killer: how ripe bananas are slowly destroying your legs without you even realizing it? Bananas. They're one of the most popular fruits in the world, recommended by doctors, praised by nutritionists, and loved by millions for their sweet taste and convenience. But what if I told you that this seemingly innocent fruit could be secretly harming your legs, weakening your circulation, and even making your muscle pain worse? You might be skeptical at first. After all, bananas are often associated with potassium, a key nutrient for muscle function. But the truth is far more complex, and if you suffer from leg cramps, swelling, or constant fatigue in your lower limbs, you might be unknowingly feeding the very problem you're trying to solve. The real danger of bananas doesn't come from their vitamins or minerals, but from the way your body processes them, especially when they're ripe. As a banana ripens, its natural starches convert into simple sugars, making it one of the most glycemically loaded fruits you can eat. This means that as soon as you consume a ripe banana, your blood sugar levels spike almost instantly, forcing your body to release a surge of insulin to bring those levels back down. And here's where things start to take a dark turn. These constant spikes and crashes in blood sugar can silently inflame your blood vessels, weaken circulation, and make your legs feel heavier and more sluggish over time. If you've ever felt that strange sensation of tightness, puffiness, or even tingling in your legs after sitting for long periods, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Your circulation isn't functioning at its best, and your legs are paying the price. What makes matters worse is that, as we age, our blood vessels naturally become less elastic, making it harder for our bodies to pump blood efficiently to our extremities. And when that happens, we don't just feel tired, we're at risk for more serious conditions like varicose veins, deep vein thrombosis, and even dangerous blood clots that could lead to life-threatening complications. But here's something almost no one talks about: the potassium myth. Yes, bananas contain potassium, which is essential for muscle contractions and nerve function. But the high sugar content in ripe bananas can actually counteract the benefits of potassium by triggering inflammation that damages your veins and arteries over time. In simpler terms, you might be eating bananas thinking they're helping your legs, when in reality, they could be making things worse. And if you already struggle with circulation issues or conditions like diabetes, this effect can be amplified tenfold. Now you might be thinking, but I've eaten bananas my whole life. How can something so natural be harmful? The key lies not just in the banana itself, but in how much and how often you consume it. Eating one banana occasionally won't ruin your circulation overnight. However, if you're eating them every day, especially when they're overly ripe, you're unknowingly pushing your blood sugar levels into dangerous territory, feeding inflammation, and slowly weakening your vascular health. And the timing of when you eat bananas matters too. If you're consuming them late at night, when your metabolism is slower, the excess sugar has nowhere to go. Instead of being burned off as energy, it lingers in your bloodstream, leading to increased water retention and bloating in your legs. Have you ever woken up in the morning feeling like your legs are stiff or swollen? That's no coincidence. Your body is struggling to process the excess sugars while you sleep, leading to poor circulation and discomfort. But before you start, thinking you need to eliminate bananas from your diet forever, there's an important distinction to make. Not all bananas are created equal. The level of ripeness drastically changes how they affect your body. A slightly green, less ripe banana contains resistant starch, which digests more slowly and has a much lower impact on blood sugar. On the other hand, a fully ripened banana, especially one with brown spots, is basically a sugar bomb disguised as health food. And here's where things get even more shocking. Combining ripe bananas with certain foods can make their negative effects even worse. Pairing them with refined carbohydrates like white bread, sugary cereals, or processed snacks creates a blood sugar disaster, sending your insulin levels skyrocketing and flooding your bloodstream with inflammation. And if you think a banana smoothie is a healthier option, think again. Blending bananas releases even more of their natural sugars at once, leading to an even faster spike in glucose levels. Now, let's talk about solutions. How can you enjoy bananas without harming your circulation and muscle health? First, opt for slightly underripe bananas that are firmer and have a greener peel. These have a lower glycemic index and provide longer-lasting energy without the blood sugar roller coaster. Second, always pair bananas with a source of protein or healthy fat, like Greek yogurt, nuts, or seeds. This slows down the absorption of sugar, helping to keep your blood sugar stable and protecting your vascular health. Finally, avoid eating bananas late at night when your metabolism is at its slowest. Opt for an earlier time in the day when your body can use the natural sugars more effectively. The bottom line is this: what you eat has a direct impact on how your body feels, and what seems healthy on the surface isn't always what's best for you. If you've been experiencing unexplained leg cramps, swelling, or heaviness in your legs, it might be time to take a closer look at the hidden effects of ripe bananas on your body. And this is just the beginning. There are other common fruits that could be causing just as much harm, if not more. You won't believe what's next. There's another fruit, even more unsuspecting than bananas, that's been secretly making your legs weaker every single day. Stay with me, because what you're about to discover could change everything you thought you knew about healthy eating. You know, when I first started looking into this, I was just like you, completely unaware of how something as simple as a ripe banana could be silently affecting my body. For years, I believed what everyone said, that it was one of the healthiest fruits out there. But as I dug deeper, the pieces started to come together, and suddenly, everything made sense. The unexplained fatigue, the sluggish legs, the persistent heaviness. It wasn't random. And now that you know this too, you have the power to make smarter choices for your health. If this information opened your eyes, if it made you rethink something as ordinary as the food on your plate, do me a favor. Hit the like button right now. It may seem like a small action, but it's the best way to let me know that this kind of content matters to you. And more than that, it helps this video reach others who might be unknowingly struggling with the same issue. So, before you move on, click that like button. It's a simple way to say thank you and to ensure that more people discover this hidden truth. The hidden dangers of watermelon. Why this healthy fruit might be wreaking havoc on your legs without you realizing it. Watermelon. Just the name alone conjures up images of refreshment, hydration, and a perfect summer treat. It's a fruit praised for its high water content, its ability to cool you down on a hot day, and its reputation as one of the healthiest options you can choose. But what if I told you that this seemingly harmless fruit might be silently damaging your circulation, making your legs feel swollen and sluggish, and even contributing to dangerous fluid retention? It sounds almost impossible, right? After all, watermelon is mostly water, so how could it possibly be harming your legs? The truth is far more complex and far more unsettling than most people realize. At first glance, watermelon seems like a perfect food for maintaining hydration. It's over 90% water, loaded with antioxidants, and even contains small amounts of essential electrolytes like potassium and magnesium. But here's where things take a surprising turn. Despite its high water content, watermelon has one of the highest glycemic indexes of any fruit. This means that when you eat watermelon, your body rapidly absorbs the natural sugars it contains, causing a sharp and sudden spike in blood sugar levels. And as we discussed before, blood sugar fluctuations aren't just a concern for people. With diabetes, they have a direct impact on circulation, inflammation, and how your body retains fluids, all of which can negatively affect your legs. You've probably experienced it before without even realizing it. That feeling of heaviness, puffiness, or tightness in your legs at the end of the day. Maybe you notice that your ankles look a little swollen, or your calves feel more tired than usual. What you may not know is that watermelon could be contributing to that discomfort by triggering an imbalance in your body's ability to regulate fluids. The reason lies in how your kidneys respond to the sudden sugar load. Instead of helping your body eliminate excess fluids effectively, they enter a state of imbalance, leading to water retention in the lower extremities. And here's the shocking part. This effect is even worse if you're already struggling with circulation issues. If you suffer from varicose veins, deep vein thrombosis, or chronic venous insufficiency, your body already has difficulty pumping blood efficiently back to your heart. When you add in rapid blood sugar spikes and fluid retention caused by watermelon, the problem gets exponentially worse. Blood pools more easily in your legs, leading to increased swelling, discomfort, and even a heightened risk of blood clots. But it doesn't stop there. Watermelon's impact on your legs goes beyond just fluid retention. The high glycemic load of this fruit also means that it can contribute to long-term inflammation in your blood vessels. This is particularly dangerous if you're already dealing with high blood pressure or metabolic issues, as it can accelerate vascular damage and lead to increased stiffness in your arteries. And what does that mean for your legs? More pain, more swelling, and a higher chance of circulation-related complications. Now let's talk about timing, because when you eat, watermelon is just as important as how much you eat. Many people enjoy watermelon as a late-night snack, believing that its high water content makes it a light and healthy choice before bed. But this couldn't be further from the truth. When you eat watermelon at night, your metabolism slows down, making it harder for your body to process the natural sugars and excess fluids. Instead of efficiently using the nutrients, your body holds onto the extra sugar and water, leading to overnight swelling, bloating, and that uncomfortable, heavy leg sensation in the morning. And here's something most people never consider. Pairing watermelon with the wrong foods can make its negative effects even worse. If you combine watermelon with salty snacks, processed foods, or even alcohol, you're creating the perfect storm for extreme water retention, circulatory stress, and increased pressure on your veins and arteries. It's why so many people feel bloated and swollen after a seemingly innocent barbecue or summer picnic. They're unknowingly triggering a cycle of poor circulation and excess fluid buildup that makes their legs feel twice as heavy as usual. But before you think about eliminating watermelon completely, let's talk about how you can still enjoy it without suffering the negative effects. The key is moderation and balance. Instead of eating large portions of watermelon in one sitting, limit your intake to smaller servings spread throughout the day, allowing your body to process the sugars more efficiently. Pairing watermelon with foods rich in protein or healthy fats, such as nuts or Greek yogurt, can also help slow down the absorption of sugar, reducing the risk of sudden blood sugar spikes. And if you're prone to leg swelling, try to avoid eating watermelon late at night, especially before bed. At the end of the day, what you put into your body has a direct impact on how your legs feel, how your circulation functions, and how much inflammation you experience. If you've been struggling with unexplained swelling, fatigue, or discomfort in your legs, it might be time to take a closer look at what you're eating and how it's affecting your body from the inside out. But here's the most shocking part. There's one more fruit, even more common than watermelon, that could be silently draining the strength from your legs and accelerating joint and muscle breakdown without you even realizing it. You won't believe the hidden danger that's been right in front of you this entire time. Stay with me, because what you're about to discover could completely change the way you see this so-called healthy fruit forever. Now let me ask, you something? Have you ever felt your legs swelling, your feet feeling heavier than usual, or that strange discomfort after eating certain foods? Before today, did you ever think that something as refreshing as watermelon could be playing a role in that? Most people don't. And that's exactly why this conversation is so important. But this isn't just about me sharing information. It's about us exchanging knowledge. I want to hear from you. Have you ever noticed your legs feeling different after eating watermelon? Have you experienced that lingering, bloated, sluggish sensation and never connected the dots until now? Drop a comment below and tell me your thoughts. I read every single one, and your experience could help others who are going through the same thing. And more than that, think of someone who needs to hear this. Maybe it's a friend, a family member, or even someone in your WhatsApp group who always talks about leg pain or circulation issues. Share this video with them. You never know whose life you might change with just one simple message. So before we move on, leave your comment below and share this video right now, because the more we talk about this, the more people can take control of their health. The hidden dangers of oranges, how this healthy fruit might be weakening your legs and joints without you realizing it. Oranges, they're synonymous with health, packed with vitamin C, and widely considered one of the best fruits for boosting immunity. From childhood, we've been told that drinking orange juice is a great way to stay strong and fight off colds. But here's what no one tells you. If you're struggling with leg pain, joint stiffness, or muscle weakness, oranges might be silently making everything worse. It sounds almost absurd, right? How could something as natural as an orange be harming your body? The truth is buried beneath layers of misleading health claims, and once you see the full picture, you might never look at oranges the same way again. The issue with oranges isn't their vitamin C content. That part is true. Vitamin C is essential for collagen production, which helps maintain strong joints and muscles. The real problem lies in something far more insidious. Oranges are highly acidic, and that acidity can disrupt your body's delicate pH balance in ways that weaken your legs over time. Most people don't realize this, but the foods we eat play a critical role in maintaining the body's acid-base equilibrium. And when you consistently consume acidic foods, your body has to work overtime to neutralize the excess acidity, often at the expense of your bones, muscles, and joints. Here's how it works. Your body maintains a slightly alkaline pH to function optimally. But when you eat highly acidic foods, like oranges, your system is forced to compensate by pulling minerals from your bones and muscles to balance things out. And what's the main mineral your body sacrifices to fix this imbalance? Calcium. Over time, this process leads to weaker bones, reduced muscle function, and an increased risk of joint pain and stiffness. If you're already experiencing leg discomfort, frequent cramps, or even mild arthritis, oranges might be accelerating the deterioration of your musculoskeletal health without you even realizing it. And it doesn't stop there. Oranges also contain high levels of citric acid, which can contribute to inflammation in the joints. If you've ever felt unexplained soreness in your knees, ankles, or hips, especially in the morning or after long periods of rest, your diet might be playing a bigger role than you think. Joint inflammation is a slow, silent process. It doesn't happen overnight, but over weeks, months, and years of repeated exposure to inflammatory triggers. And when your joints are constantly inflamed, your legs don't move as freely, your mobility decreases, and your risk of long-term joint damage skyrockets. Another little-known fact is that oranges interfere with magnesium absorption, a crucial mineral for muscle relaxation and recovery. Magnesium is essential for preventing cramps, improving circulation, and reducing muscle stiffness. But when your diet is high in acidic fruits like oranges, your body struggles to absorb and retain enough magnesium to keep your muscles functioning properly. That's why so many people experience leg cramps, restless legs at night, and that deep, aching fatigue in their lower limbs without ever realizing what's causing it. And let's talk about orange juice for a moment, because this is where things get even worse. Most people assume that drinking a glass of fresh orange juice is just as healthy as eating the fruit itself. But in reality, orange juice is a highly concentrated source of fructose, which rapidly spikes blood sugar levels, just like with bananas and watermelon. These sudden blood sugar spikes trigger inflammation in the blood vessels, weaken circulation, and contribute to swelling and heaviness in the legs. If you're already dealing with varicose veins, poor circulation, or fluid retention, regularly consuming orange juice could be silently worsening these conditions, making your legs feel more swollen, tired, and achy. But timing plays a role here too. Have you ever noticed that some mornings your legs feel stiff and uncooperative, even if you didn't do anything strenuous the day before? That's because drinking orange juice on an empty stomach floods your bloodstream with sugar and acidity at the worst possible time, right when your body is trying to rebalance itself after a night of fasting. Instead of waking up feeling energized, your muscles and joints absorb that acidity, leading to increased stiffness and a sluggish start to your day. And here's the most surprising part. Oranges are often marketed as hydrating, but in reality, they can have the opposite effect on your legs. Because of their acidity and sugar content, they can contribute to electrolyte imbalances, making it harder for your body to retain essential minerals like potassium and sodium. This can lead to dehydration at the cellular level, making your legs feel more fatigued, sore, and even prone to sudden cramps. So what's the solution? If you love oranges and don't want to cut them out completely, the key is balance and timing. Instead of consuming large amounts of oranges or drinking orange juice daily, limit your intake and pair it with alkaline-rich foods like leafy greens, nuts, or lean proteins. This can help counteract the acidity and prevent unnecessary calcium depletion from your bones and muscles. And if you're already experiencing leg pain or joint issues, cutting back on orange juice and focusing on whole fruits in moderation might be one of the simplest yet most effective changes you can make. Your body gives you signals all the time: heaviness in the legs, unexplained stiffness, cramps that seem to come out of nowhere. These are all signs that something deeper is going on beneath the surface. If you've been feeling more discomfort in your legs than usual, it's time to take a closer look at what you're consuming and how it's impacting your circulation, muscles, and joints. But here's the most shocking part. There's one final fruit that's even more destructive than oranges, bananas, or watermelon when it comes to your legs. It's a fruit that millions of people eat daily without realizing that it's actively weakening their circulation, damaging their veins, and increasing their risk of chronic pain. If you thought what you just learned was surprising, what comes next will completely change how you see this common, healthy fruit forever. Stay with me, because the next revelation is something you can't afford to miss. Now take a moment to think. How many things in your life could be different if you simply knew the right information at the right time? How many times have you felt muscle fatigue, joint pain, or stiffness in your legs without ever realizing that something as simple as the food you eat daily could be behind it? The truth is, most people never connect the dots. They go through life feeling drained, thinking it's just part of aging or normal discomfort, when in reality, it's a problem that has a solution. And now you have that knowledge. You know that bananas, watermelon, and even oranges, fruits that are supposed to be good for you, can actually be causing harm under certain conditions. But what are you going to do with this knowledge? Because information alone doesn't change lives, actions do. So here's your next step. If this video made sense to you, if you learned something that shifted your perspective, then take action right now. First, hit the like button. That's your way of letting me know this content is important and that I should keep bringing more of it to you. Next, drop a comment below. Tell me what surprised you the most, or share your experience with leg pain and circulation issues. Your story could help someone else make the same realization you just did. But don't stop there. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it. A friend, a family member, someone who always complains about their legs feeling heavy or sore. You never know who might finally connect the dots because of you. And most importantly, if you want to keep uncovering hidden truths about health, food, and how to truly protect your body, then you need to be part of this journey. Hit the subscribe button right now and turn on notifications. Because what's coming next is even bigger. There are other seemingly harmless foods that are secretly sabotaging your health. And in the next video, I'm going to expose them. So let's do this together. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And this is just the beginning. Don't leave the video just yet. Since you've made it this far, I have a special bonus for you. Something that most people overlook but can make all the difference when it comes to your leg health. You see now, you already know how bananas, watermelon, and even oranges, fruits that seem completely harmless, can secretly be harming your legs, weakening circulation, and contributing to pain and stiffness. But here's something even more shocking. Avoiding these problem foods isn't enough. If you're not actively giving your body the right nutrients, you could still be suffering from the same issues, no matter how careful you are with your diet. And this is where most people go wrong. They eliminate the bad, but forget to add the good. Your legs need specific nutrients to keep your muscles strong, your joints flexible, and your circulation in top shape. But the problem? Most people don't know what to eat, and worse, they're missing out on foods that could completely transform their leg health. It's not just about what you remove from your diet, it's about what you put back in. There are powerful natural foods that can actively fight inflammation, improve blood flow, and strengthen your legs. Foods that, when eaten daily, can help you say goodbye to leg pain for good. And yet, hardly anyone talks about them. That's why you can't stop here. Because even if you avoid all the wrong foods, there's still one critical mistake that could be undoing all your efforts without you realizing it. And here's where it gets even more surprising. Some of the best foods for your legs are things you might not expect, foods that most people ignore or don't eat enough of, but that have been scientifically proven to support circulation, reduce swelling, and protect your muscles from damage. The best part, they're easy to add to your diet, and once you do, the results can be life-changing. So if you're serious about keeping your legs pain-free, strong, and energized, you need to see this. Click on the video that just appeared on your screen. Eat this every day and say goodbye to leg pain, because the information waiting for you there could be the missing link you've been looking for. Click now, and I'll see you there.